So, hello everyone, let's start this video quickly and fast because I'm in a hurry. It's quite late. I need to sleep in just 15 to 20 minutes, and I think I will do it fast. I'm a little late because my sister is sick and I had to do some work. So, that's the reason. If you are wondering, if anyone is watching, let's go to again. My Banji touched it, but how can I make her stop doing it? I don't know. She will understand herself. Make daily make daily choices. The power of choice. Choice is the main reason people want to live in a free country. We want the power of choose. Financially, with every dollar we get into our hands, we hold the power to choose our future, to be rich, poor, or middle class. Our spending habits reflects who we are. Poor people simply have poor spending habits. The benefit I had as a boy was that I loved playing Monopoly constantly. Nobody told me Monopoly was only for kids, so I just kept playing the game as an adult. I also had a rich dad who pointed out to me the difference between an asset and a liability. So long time ago, a little boy, I chose to be rich, and I knew that all I had to do was learn to acquire real asset. My best friend Mike had an asset column handed to him, but he still had to choose to learn to keep it. Many rich families lose their asset in the next generation simply because there was no one trained to be good steward over their asset. Most people choose not to be rich. For 90% of population, being rich is too much of a hassle. So they invest saying that go, I'm not interested in money. I'll never be rich. I don't have to worry. I'm still young. When I make some money, then I will think about my future. My husband slash wife will handle the finances. The problem with those statements is that they rob the person who chooses to think such of two things. One is time, which is your most precious asset. The second is learning. Having no money should not be an excuse to not learn, but that is a choice we all make daily, the choice of what we do with our time, our money, and what we put in our heads. That is the power of choice. All of us have choice. I just choose to be rich and I make that choice every day. Invest first in my education. In reality, the only real asset you have is your mind. The most powerful tool we have dominant over. Dom, Dominion over. Each of us has the choice of what we put in our brain. Once we are old enough, you can watch TV, read a golf magazine, or go to SIMRI class or a class on financial planning. You choose. Most people simply buy investments rather than first investing in learning about investing. My friend, a friend of mine recently had her apartment burglarized. The thief took her electronics and left all the books. And we all have the same choice. 90% of the population buys TV set and only about 10% buys business book. So what do? I go to seminar. I like it when they are at least 2 days long because I like to immerse myself in a subject. In 1973, I was watching this guy on TV who was advertising a 3-day seminar on how to buy real estate for nothing down. I spent $385 and that course has made me at least $2 million, if not more. But more importantly, it bought me life. I don't have to work for the rest of my life because of that one course. I go to at least two such courses every year. I love CDs and audiobooks. The reason I can easily review what I just heard. I was listening to an investor say something I completely disagree with. Instead of becoming arrogant and critical, I simply listen to the 5 minutes stretch at least 20 times, maybe more. But suddenly, by keeping my mind open, I understood why he said what he said. It was like magic. I felt like I had a window into the mind of one of the greatest investors of our time. I get tremendous insight into the vast resources of his education and experience. The net result, I still have the old ways I used to think, and I now have a new way of looking at the same problem or situation. I have two ways to analyze a problem or trend, and that is priceless. Today I often say, how would Donald Trump do this, or Warren Buffett, or George Soros? The only way I can access their vast mental power is to be humble enough to read or listen to what they have to say. Arrogant or critical people are often people with low self esteem who are afraid of taking risks. That's because if you learn something new, you are then required to make mistakes in order to fully understand what you have learned. If you have read this far, arrogance is not one of your problems. Arrogant people rarely read or listen to experts. Why should they? They are the center of the universe. There are so many intelligent people who argue or defend when a new idea clashes with the way they think. In this case, their so-called intelligence combined with arrogance equals ignorance. Each of us knows people who are highly educated or believe they are smart, but their balance it paints a different picture. A truly intelligent person welcomes new ideas, for new ideas can add to in synergy of other accumulated ideas. Listening is more important than thinking. If that were not true, God would not have given us 2 ears and only one mouth. Too many people think with their mouth instead of listening in order to absorb new ideas and possibilities. They argue instead of asking questions. I take a long view on my wealth. I do not subscribe to the get rich quick mentality most lottery players or casino gamblers have. I may go in and out of stocks, but I am long on education. If you want to fly in an airplane, I advise taking lessons first. If you want to fly an airplane, I advise taking lessons first. I am always shocked at people who buy stocks or real estate but never invest in their greatest asset, their mind. Just because you bought a house or two doesn't make you an expert at real estate. So that's it for today. I don't know how much time I spent on reading, but I don't care. I think I'm falling in love with reading. I like to read new books. I'm planning on reading the 48 Law of Power. I think I have already read few points of it, but I have not started wholly because I want to complete this and start it with my fresh and developed mind. And I am planning to read this that for that again off camera and reading in just few days. And I plan to buy the book Psychology of Money because I want to know what is the psychology of money. And that's it for today. I'll see you again tomorrow at this exact time or earlier than this exact time. And that's it. Goodbye.